house woke up in absolute and heavy silence. The coffee turned cold in my pale, empty cup. I look out the window through the fog on the glass. The dust dances slowly in a single ray of light. I went to the church on a Sabado morning. My heart weighed like rust in heavy lead. I was only seeking a temporary relief, a sudden breath of air from my darkening dread. The preacher read the sacred text out loud. In all things give thanks, in everything. I heard the words but couldn't understand. How do I thank you for this empty space? How do I sing praise in the middle of this pain? The sentence sounded like a thrown stone, an impossible weight, a distant heart command. My chest rejected the surface of that grace. The week walked by with fairy dragon feet. Anguish sat with me on the usual couch. I stumble through the tiny routine of my life. I wash a shallow plate, I dry a cloudy glass. Pain doesn't ask for permission to stay. It just exists like furniture in the room. And that ancient verse remains deeply pierced in me. The verse won't let me go for a single moment. It echoes endlessly in my long dark hall. It's not a warm embrace, it's a cold confront, an uncompromising mystery. Staring at the wall, the light collides with my refusal to see. Night falls again. The house breathes alone. Impossible, I whisper into the dark. Impossible, but I keep sitting here with the word trapped inside, waiting, just waiting for the morning light. I decided I wouldn't start with the highest mountains. They were far too tall for my weary soul. I started by looking at the wooden floor, a tiny little stone, a crack, nothing more. I felt the heat of the water in the silver pot, the smell of day-old bread on the tabletop. I decided not to wait for the miracle to fall. The miracle hides in the exhausted breath. My profound sorrow didn't just disappear. The cold hard facts remain exactly the same. The mountain of problems is still standing outside, but I choose the humble stone resting in my hand. Gratitude is not a deafening cry of victory. It is a stubborn whisper against the dark despair. It is the act of lifting up your eyes despite it all. I try to be thankful for the breath in my lungs, for the yellow light cutting the shadow of the blind. Gratitude ceased to be a fleeting feeling. It became a strict discipline of my fragile mind. I bend my knees down in the unseen dust, not because I'm happy, but because I am alive. Grace visits the common, the unimportant things. I built a refuge with the leftovers of the days, a serene roof made of tiny daily things. Fear still tries to pound hard upon my door, but this house has already found its rightful Lord. I begin to understand the reverse side of pain. A slow whisper, a small stone in my hand, the hot coffee, the wind on the open frame. Grace was always hidden in the simple things, and I, at last, begin to find its trace. Or maybe it has finally found me. I notice the silence of my house once again. It doesn't scare me like it did on that Tuesday. The peace I was begging for on Sunday morning arrived silently at dusk with no witnesses around. No loud alarms, no fire crossing the indigo sky. It came gently and sat in the empty chair. It looked at my deep wound and didn't look away. In all things give thanks, now I can finally see. It wasn't a command to pretend there was no blood. It was the exact map to cross the darkest valley. Pain and grace can sit together at the table. They break the bread beneath the lantern's glow. Gratitude was the bridge that took me off my island. stars rest in you. Kneeling on the smooth floor of my own bedroom, I surrender with a completely unarmed chest. I am not the one holding the foundations of the earth. He is the one holding me while I wash the plates. True peace is finally accepting how small I am, knowing the one who holds the sun holds my pain. My entire narrative converges only to you, the radiant light and the dense shadow of the day, my lonely weeping and the table fully set. You are the absolute end of all my frantic search. Nothing in me stayed the same after the carpenter's touch. The cup on the table, the window now clear, the cross raised on the horizon of my chest. The refuge is completely built and done. I rest on the floor, I give thanks for this life. I trust in God, and I surrender.